Filipino rock opera ballet Rama Hari returns with a bang this year as the highlight of the season of Alice Reyes Dance Philippines through the generous support of the Metropolitan Theater, the Cultural Center of the Philippines, and Birch Tree. I'm Audie Emora. If you haven't, I've been around a long time. Anyways. I am very honored to be helping host today's preview of Rama Hari, and I would like to warmly welcome all of you, our friends from the media. Thank you for being here, and thank you also to our friends Ron and Chris and our partner Malu Gamboa of Milky Way for hosting today. So just to give you a quick background, the Alice Reyes Dance Philippines is the newest and most exciting addition to the Filipino dance scene. Newest, mga 2 weeks lang ba nung nag-ano tayo, anniversary?
Yes.
Yeah, we just celebrated the anniversary, and it was founded a little more than a year ago by our national artist for dance, Miss Alice Reyes. ARDP is committed not only to excellence in dance, but also in promoting mentorship and creating new generations of dancers and choreographers, as well as ensuring that the treasure of the Filipino masterpieces like Rama Hari are continued and will continue to be performed for the current and future generations. And so, of course, I'm happy here to be joined this afternoon by some of the pillars of Rama Hari. As I mentioned, our director and choreographer, national artist for dance, Alice Reyes, our musical director and composer, national artist for music, Ryan Cayabyab, the dapper triple threats essaying Rama Arman, fair hair, and Bien King. Dapper ang tawag sa inyo dito sa script. Dapper. Alam niyo ba yan? Dapper?
Yes.
Dapper. 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 And of course, our lovely sitas. We have Sheila Valderrama Martinez, Nika Tutas, and is she ready? Not yet. Kararating lang at binibihisan, but she will make her grand entrance in a bit. Popper Bernadas joins the cast as Ravana on the Rila. And from the Alice Reyes Dance Philippines, we have our artistic director, Ronald Sonyadao. Who also plays Rama. And the president of ARDP, Tats Rehante Manahan, right here in front. So thank you for being here today. So kung Gina kayo, I would like to bring up Tats. Say a little welcome remark.
Thank you, Audie, and welcome everyone. As Audie says, we celebrate our first anniversary with this stupendous production. And it was 43 years ago when Rama Hari burst into the scene at the Cultural Center of the Philippines. It was also the era, coincidentally, when original Filipino music, or OPM, was defined and highlighted on the music charts. Overall, it was a time when recognition of Filipino talent was at its high point. Not just in music, but in all aspects of artistic endeavors. It was when 4 gentlemen and a lady, with growing reputations in the arts, banded together to create what would become a theatrical epic. Little did these 5 people know that within 35 or so years, all of them would be honored as national artists. We have, in their respective fields, Bienvenido Lumbera, who did the libretto for literature, Rolando Pino for the translation of national artist for theater and literature, Salvador Bernal for theater design, Ryan for music, and Alice for dance. In this 5th remounting of the piece, the question arises as to what is Filipino about a reimagined Indian myth, the Ramayana, which was originally Sanskrit. Indian influence on the Philippines is not widely known as other foreign influences like the Chinese or Spanish or American cultures. Indian cultural influence came in the 10th century, pre-colonial Philippines. Apart from the 21-carat golden image of Agusan, the Laguna copper plate inscription, and the Garuda gold pendant found in Tabon Cave, the most prominent written cultural influence on early Philippine folk literature was the Maharaja Lawana, a localized Maranao version of the Indian epic Ramayana, believed to have arrived in the Philippines between the 17th and 19th centuries. So in her second decade of dancing, intent to go beyond national themes, Alice expanded her vision to Asian sources, gravitating towards the classic Indian epic. In interpreting it in dance, she utilized hand props, shadow play, and adapted specific Indian dance moves in her modern choreography. While Salvador Bernal, with his pristine white minimalist sets, which offset the richness of his Indian-inspired costumes. Ryan's music, while he clarifies that he did not use any Indian strains, instead used a mix of Southeast Asian musical influences, using a kulintang ensemble aside from other instruments, which I cannot enumerate, instead of the usual gamelan, making it more Balinese, a Western influence take on the kitcha, or the monkey dance, the monkey chant, with just a sprinkling of Indian raga. Altogether, his focus was, as he says, was to turn out an OPM-inspired work, which is really more pop than rock. Bienvenido Lumbera's libretto makes for melodious and elegantly crafted lyrics with a section of contemporary Tagalog, or better known in the 80s as sword speak. Okay, as heard in the song Tai Rama. Okay. Sword speak, apart from being slang Tagalog, is nonetheless highly dynamic as opposed to colloquial language, which has been a subject of a book, Sword Speak, a preliminary study by Jose Javier Reyes, and a morphological analysis written by Associate Professor Gemma Pascual of Cagayan State University. So through the creative ingenuity of these 5 outstanding artists who collaborated on this mammoth dance musical, performed by a company through the years of talented and brilliant dancers, indeed makes this production truly a Filipino one. Thank you.
Thank you, Tats. It is a masterpiece. You know a masterpiece when it withstands the test of time. And it's like new again, really. So before we continue, I'd like to introduce one of the other Sitas. She played Sita in the 2013 production, I believe, opposite Christian Bautista, Karil. 2013 yun, okay? 2013. 11 ba? We got 10 years. But she's back and looking as fresh as she was back then. Before anything else, hindi ko na dadagdagan ang sinabi ni Tats because that was a pretty good overview, historic overview. Pero paalala lang sa ating mga kaibigan sa press, please follow our social media accounts, AR Dance PH, on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, at gamitin ang ating official hashtag Rama Hari Returns. And with that, I'd like to introduce the man behind the music, the masterpiece, Mr. Ryan Kayabya.
Di, magbihis ka na. Alam ko, sasalita ako kasi kailangan daw ng time para mag-release. And si Tans was saying about the Sword Speak and yung Malay na language. Naalala ko sinabi ni Bienvenido sa akin talaga na, wow, ba't Bienvenido? Mang Bien, sorry. Si Mang Bien pala ang tawag sa kanya. Na kasi we're talking about deities and we're talking about gods and the normal people, I mean the mortals, immortals, and the evil. So he wanted a dichotomy or different levels of languages assigned to the gods and assigned to the people, the colloquials, and then the other gods and demigods. Nandun yung Sword Speak at saka, just to make it different. That's why yung si Ravana at saka si Surpanakha, they were talking, type Kitarama, tapos si Ravana was talking, buktot, ako yung buktot, ang baho ko yung kakilakilap, it's so different from all the words that are coming out of Rama and Sita. Grabe yung words niya ng tagistis ng ulan sa aking bintana. Tama ba yun? Anino ng sangang hinagkan ng buwan. Noong una sabi ko, ano yun? But the imagery, tagistis ng ulan sa aking bintana. So you can imagine the window, the glass window, or whatever window na ulanan. So you have this film on the window, and then the moon there at the back, and the tree. And the tree in front of the moon. So, anino ng sangang hinagkan ng buwan. Oh my God, it's so different. Yung pagkasulat niya ng lyrics pagka yung gods ang kumakanta. Anyway, ang dami kong dalda. Thank you, Audie. Balik sa magandang hapon. Okay. Sorry. Almost 5 decades ago, I was blessed to be part of this landmark project led by Alice. Actually, in 1979, I got a call from Alice, and she asked if I could have a meeting with Bien and her because she wanted to discuss this new production, itong Rama Hari. So, this was very new to me, bago yung genre. I just won kay Gandang Ating Musika, me, I've been there in the pop music field, but I was studying in UP. So, lahat ng napag-aralan ko, ganun talaga yung mga composer sa umpisa. Sinisiksik lahat ng alam nila sa isang opera. This is my very first time. Kaya, nandun na yung pop, nandun na yung classical, nandun na yung napag-aralan sa Asian music. Kaya when she said about Indian music, yung raga, yun lang ang napag-aralan ko sa Indian music. So if you will hear rai 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 rai, mga ganun. So, okay ba yan na hindi ko na ito basahin? Sasabihin ko na lang, thank you all for coming. Because I'm so excited na to show you an excerpt of actually highlights ng Rama Hari. You will hear it this afternoon. And I'm so excited because I'm working for the first time with ang gaganda nila, ang pupogi nila. Nakita niyo yung ang ganda-ganda. I'll be working with them extensively next week. So, hindi pa kami talaga nag-ensayo, pinag-aralan lang nila yung sound. Sabi ko, okay, sige, ang tatapang nyo lahat, press ka, sige. Here are our main cast performing the highlights of Rama Hari.